Hi, I'm Jessica. Welcome to the 5-day activation meditation challenge. Thank you for making your way here. So why am I doing this? It's, late January 2020, and we all have resolutions, intentions, goals. We want this year to be different from last. Many of us are wanting to change some behaviors. We're conscious that we have old habits that are no longer serving us. Some of us just want to see new results, but it all requires one thing, and that's shifting inside first, right? We know this. We are walking around often blocked or made blind to limiting thoughts, limiting behaviors, just ways that we orient ourselves to the world that put us in our smaller self. So if we're going to change behaviors, if we're going to step into our possibility, we know that we need to do it first inside. We need to experience what that is to be that person we want to be. For me, I use this word ma a lot, right? Ma, it obviously means mother in every language. But in Sanskrit, the language of yoga, it also means like the highest, most powerful, most wise of any group. Ma Kali, the mother of all goddesses, right? And having taught pregnant mamas for 20 years, what I have come to discover is there is this opportunity there and at any point in life to take this nurturing energy that we all experience, mostly moving it outward toward the people that we love and the projects that we're involved with, and turn it inward. And when we turn that nurturing energy inward, we can access that highest, most powerful, most wise Ma self. But it starts with that. It starts with making time to take care of ourselves. The good news, it only takes 5 minutes a day. So how do I know this? When I was a new mom, completely overwhelmed and exhausted and stressed out and kind of lost, I wasn't doing my meditation, which I had done for a decade, because I had learned that it was 20 minutes a day, twice a day, or don't bother. That's what my teacher basically said. And so finally, I decided, okay, well, I got to get out of this all or nothing thinking. I need something. So what if I only have 2 minutes? And 2 minutes was okay. But what I found is if I could get to 5 minutes a day and do it almost every day, my life started to reflect who I felt I was, rather than this person that I didn't feel was me, right? So my choices during the day started to change. My ability to stay kind of in a place where I could respond rather than react, being more present with my family, and really stepping onto my life path. I wasn't sure where it would end up, but I knew what the next steps were. It was like I was being drawn forward. So all of this from 5 minutes a day. So that's what I want to share with you. You can go ahead and jump into the first one, or wherever you are. Just make sure you go in order, because they do build on each other. And I do want to just go over what is to come, just what we do in each of the 5. And if you'd rather just experience it as it comes, feel free to stop and download the audio, put it on your phone. Just make sure you're sitting on the edge of something, right? So I have this meditation pillow. It doesn't have to be that. You just want to pull the meat of your seat back and sit more on the front, right? Your vajayjay is where you're going to sit. And then as you settle in, you lose a little bit of the curve in, but not all of it, right? The lower back naturally curves in. We want some of that. And why does that matter? In meditation, we're not just de-stressing. We're not just resetting the nervous system. We're not just lowering our blood pressure, even decreasing the firing of the neurons of our brain, right? We're not just doing all these kind of things that can be tested scientifically. We are also, on a deeper level, opening up the channels of energy. What does that mean? We have energy in the body. If you don't think so, then think about what's beating your heart and breathing your breath, right? If you try to hold your breath, something's going to turn the lights out and make you breathe again. So there's something there. It's called many things. Chi. In yoga, it's called prana, right? And prana is said to rise up through the spine when we are open and in that highest self, right? So if we start like this, then we're kind of defeating the purpose, this deeper purpose of meditation, right? We want to take up space. We want to feel spacious. We want to feel open and receptive. All right, so just going through real quick 1 through 5. So the first one, we're going to talk about how to strengthen our core with every exhale. Why is this important? Our core holds a spine. And sometimes I think of the spine as like a bouquet of flowers. That core is holding it tightly at the bottom. Number 2 is we are going to have a real deep experience of turning that nurturing energy inward toward ourselves. And really receiving the gifts of just 5 minutes of sitting and being with ourselves in a loving way. The third day, from there, we'll begin to notice our cycles, right? So this energy that I talked about, it moves actually in spirals. So you'll start to notice that there are these cycles. There's cycles of your mind, right? Where it goes from, I got this, to, oh my God, I suck, I can't do this, right? And around and around. If we're working on, let's say, eating healthy, and we eat, a really nice salad and, I don't know, keto muffins, and then we just go for the big bag of cookies or something, we can beat ourselves up. But the thing is, recognizing that we have cycles means we can start to support ourselves in them, knowing that it's coming, knowing that when we feel limited, we're going to need to feel free, right? So what can we have in that example in the kitchen that's going to make us feel really good, really satiated and happy, and like we're not totally having to be disciplined all the time? Nourishing, wonderful treats. Anyway, so starting to become aware of our hunger satiation cycle and other cycles. And the next one, we're going to connect to what we want. So this desire is really 2 things. It's our power. So if you think about what some people think is an urban myth, but it really isn't. Mom lifting up a car off of a baby, where does she get this wellspring of strength? It's her desire, right? It's her desire to save her baby. So we can all tap into that, right? And find a new strength, find new power to make a stand for what we want. And then it's also our GPS. It's also our desire. And I'm not talking about like, I want a donut, because that is different. I'm talking about in this space, what meditation allows us to do is connect to something deeper, our heart's longings, kind of the deathbed perspective of like what really matters to us, right? Things like good relationships and feeling energized and healthy and loving our body, like being in a place where we can love and celebrate our body, having meaningful work that we do in the world, and things like that. So we're going to connect to our desire. We're going to create a specific intention. And the last thing is that we are going to talk about what it means to take inspired action. We're going to get ourselves ready to move from there, because meditation is not really how we want to live. We don't want to live all passive and sitting. Meditation is something that allows us to live actively and fully from our truth. So that said, I'm excited to lead you through this journey this week. I would love to hear in response to each one how it goes for you and what's hard. I know for some of you, meditation is hard. Some of you hate meditation. I hope you don't have that experience. My goal is to get you to absolutely love it, to just be drawn to sit in your meditation space, even for a couple minutes a day. All right, let's do it.